Hello, guys. It's pretty similar to the percent proportion, other than it's set up as an equation instead of a proportion. So that means that this percentage is no longer going to be shown as being divided by 100. So we need to change this percentage to its decimal equivalent. So a $7 discount is 25% of what original cost? So here we are, we have part equals percent times whole. $7 is the part, the whole we do not know, and 25% changed to a decimal is 0.25. So here we are, we set it up as 0.25. W equals 7. If you are uncomfortable with the 7 being on this side, you could move it over here. So W equals 7 divided by 0.25. And once we evaluate that, we get that W equals 28. So that means that the original cost was $28 if the savings was 7. So, and remember, when we end up with this equation right here, to get rid of multiplying by 0.25, we have to divide both sides by 0.25 to isolate the W. And then to figure out what the W equals, we have to divide 7 by 0.25. So we did do that to the same side, to both sides of the equation there. Okay, so here we have Kaya wants to leave an 18% tip on a $250 meal. What is the total cost of the meal? Again, I've taken the time to write down the fact that I'm looking for the part. I know the whole, and I know the percentage. We'll get to this shortcut in just a second. So here we go. We've substituted for what we know. Since they're both on the same side, we just get to multiply, and we get 45 is the tip. So 250 plus 45 is $295. Now, in reality, it would end up costing even more because the 250 should also have a tax added to it. So remember, the tip should always be calculated on the subtotal. This is something to keep an eye out for as you guys are out eating with family. If you ever get a receipt that has a suggested tip on it, glance back at it and see if those are calculated on the taxed total or the subtotal. They should be calculated based on the subtotal. You do not want to pay a tip based on how much you were taxed. A shortcut method to the total specifically would be to multiply by 1.18 because that's getting 100% of the 250 and then also the additional 18%. Go ahead and try and see if that gives you this same answer of $295. I keep saying and. We should not say and in math unless there is a decimal, like 2 and 95 hundredths. Anyway, so there is our shortcut. So make sure you're paying attention to that shortcut. Winry went on a shopping spree. Her total is $499. There is a 6% tax. She gives the cashier $530. Is that enough? Will she get change? Or will she be in trouble? So again, we don't know the part. We know the whole this time is $499. I'm using my shortcut to go directly to the total because the question didn't ask about tax. If the question asked me how much taxes she was going to pay, then I wouldn't multiply by 1.06 here. I would just multiply by 0.06. Again, 1 and 6 hundredths takes us directly to her total this time. So we're going to set it up. Both of these are on the same side of the equal sign, so we just get to multiply, and we get that her total or her part is $528.94. It should make sense that this is larger than the $499 since this is representing more than 100%. So she actually has enough money to spend, so she gets $1.06 as her change. So here, hopefully, if there's a Coke machine nearby, she could go get herself a drink to refresh herself after her big shopping spree. Here we have it. Eva has saved $12 towards a new Sims game. If that is 15% of what she needs, how much does she need before she can go get the game? So again, 12 is the part. We do not know the whole price. We do know that 12 represents 0.15%. So we're going to set it up like this. 12 equals 15 hundredths W. To get W, we're going to do 12 divided by 15 hundredths, and then we get W is $80. Now, unfortunately, if Eva did not calculate in tax to this $80, she shouldn't head out the door yet, and should probably multiply this by 1.07 if that's the tax or some other tax percentage. So here I am. This is a true story. This was actually, it wasn't Halloween decorations or anything. It was Christmas. But everything was on sale for 90% off. So I'm standing there with this person and I'm telling them the prices pretty quickly. And she's like, how are you doing that? So this is how I did it. I changed the percent. Instead of trying to figure out what 90% was, I figured out what 10% was because that's how much I'm going to pay. So again, I didn't do the multiplication. I used that trick that I showed you guys about the, if you guys looked at the videos, there's benchmark percents. So 10% moves your decimal. So here is the answer.